Dr. J here from the She Protects YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be talking about how not to get kidnapped or abducted while you're in or around your car. FBI statistics show that a woman is assaulted in the United States about 1 in every 9 seconds, and we don't want that to be you. So today, we're going to talk about how you can arm yourself, and we're going to give you some very specific tips on how not to be the victim of a violent crime or an abduction when you're in and around your car. So if this is something that interests you, stick around because we're going to get into it. Tip number 1, let's be armed. I strongly feel that you should be armed with something to be able to protect yourself. And this could be something as benign as a tactical pen. This here is my actual tactical pen. I have many, but this is the one that I like the best. I recently purchased this tactical pen. And you can clip it up here, let's say to a running bra or a piece of clothing. You can clip it on your waistband. It's got a nice clip there. And this is a formidable piece of equipment. And, ultimately, we're going to go into neck. We're shooting for the neck, eyes, face shot with the tactical pen. Another option would be a knife. I've had some questions. People have emailed me about knife options. And so I thought I'd pull one out that I have that I particularly like. It's a folding knife, substantial, easy to hold, easy grip. And again, with a knife, we're going to go into neck shot or the eye or the face. If you talk to professionally trained, let's say government trained individuals, and they'll talk about the high, low, medium hit. Usually what they're referring to on the high hit is the neck or the face. The medium hit or section would be somewhere in the abdomen. Usually it's a side swipe where you're going to hit the mid-abdomen, kind of the belly button area. And quite frankly, it sounds gross, but you're hoping to slash open and have the person's guts fall out. Or you can go for a low hit, which is the groin, and you're trying to sever femoral artery, femoral vein, and have the criminal bleed out that way. But anyhow, I think a knife is a very good thing if you're comfortable carrying it. The key thing with any instrument or any piece of equipment that you choose to arm yourself with is you need to just practice and be comfortable with that specific piece of equipment. So tactical pen, knife. Some people like mace. I've said in previous videos, I'm not a particular fan of mace, and I don't like the fact that I have to worry about which way is the wind blowing. So I'm not a big mace carrier. I do have mace in certain situations, like in a bug out bag, but I generally am not, that's not going to be my first thing that I'm going for. You could also have a firearm, so some sort of a handgun that you can easily conceal. I am trained in firearms. I do have my concealed carry, and I can say that it was one of the best things that I did for myself. So firearm as well. If you're not, but a lot of people are not comfortable with firearms, and I completely understand that. Or let's say you are interested, but you haven't had the training yet. So becoming and mastering the proficiency with a tactical pen or your knife, or some people will use a flashlight. There are flashlights that are pretty substantial that you could almost use like a hammer. But whatever it is that you choose, you want it readily available, because whatever's going to go down is going to go down quickly. So you want it readily available, easy to get out, not something that you have to say, wait a minute, let me undo my backpack to get the thing out. So you want it readily available, and you want to feel comfortable using it and practice using it so you know what you're doing when the time comes. You can stop the threat. Tip number 2, we want to do a visual check around our car as well as inside our car before we get in. We don't want to be in the situation of we get into our car, somebody's in the back seat, and attacks us from behind. So you want right off the bat, the first thing to do, look inside your car, make sure nobody's in the back seat, front seat, hidden anywhere. It sounds like a simple thing to do, but a lot of people forget to do this because we're busy and distracted. They hop in their car and boom, they're attacked. Similarly, you want to do a 360 exterior periphery check. So literally walk around your car and check and make sure somebody's not hidden behind, the other passenger side wheel or something of that nature. And look underneath as well. These criminals will lay underneath your car, grab you by the ankle, and the attack starts there. So tip number 2, full periphery check and check inside your vehicle before you get in. Tip 3, sounds like a simple thing. The first thing you want to do, as soon as your butt hits the seat, you lock your doors. You want to hit that button that locks all of your doors in your car simultaneously. And like I said, it sounds like a simple thing, but I actually did a poll. I asked 100 women about this, and only about 5% actually said that the first thing that they did when they got in their car was lock the door. I got various answers. The most popular answer was to put their seatbelt on or put the key in the ignition. I think putting down the coffee was number 3, something like that. It only takes seconds, and these criminals, they're casing you, they're watching, they know when they're going to strike. And one of the key times that this happens is immediately when you get into your vehicle, because they'll slide right into the front seat next to you and the attack begins. And we don't want that to happen. So tip number 3, immediately lock your car doors when you get into your vehicle. Hit that button. Tip number 4, get a mannequin. Make it look like you have a friend in the car with you. I would get a male mannequin if you can, and you put a baseball cap on it. But get a mannequin, put it in the front side passenger seat. It can be invaluable because if it's sitting there while you're away from your car, hopefully your car is less likely to be vandalized or broken into. But if somebody is following you back to your car, and as you're approaching, they see somebody is sitting in the front seat, hopefully they'll peel off and the attack won't happen altogether. So tip number 4, get a mannequin, put a baseball cap on it, make it look like you've got company. Tip number 5, get a GPS tracker and put it onto your car, attach it onto your vehicle. This way, if you go missing, people can track where at least is your car, and hopefully you are with it, and hopefully you are safe. Tip number 6, have visual and audio. So have a camera system that has audio capabilities inside your car as well as on the exterior. So you want a dash cam that picks up what's the first 180 of your car, and you can have it in the front of the vehicle as well as on the back dash. So you want 360 coverage of visual of what's going on around your vehicle. Now, for the interior, I would suggest that you get something that can be a hidden camera that also will record audio. You can put it in something like a stuffed animal or something else that you casually place on the back dash that just kind of goes unnoticed as an unnoticed item. So interior camera, exterior camera, 360 around the vehicle. Tip number 7, final tip of the day. Avoid vans. Don't park next to them. Don't hang out next to them. Why do I say this? Well, there's just been too many reports and incidents of people who have been abducted and kidnapped into the van. Let's lay out a scenario. Let's say you go to the grocery store and you're getting your groceries and you've parked your car next to a van. And so you get your groceries, you're coming out, you want to put your groceries in your car, you turn your back for a second, so you're in between your car and the van, you're putting your groceries in, you turn your back for a second, and boom, van doors open, you get snatched from behind, thrown into the van, whisked away, you're kidnapped. and it can happen just that fast. So the thing about the van is it's tall and people can't see over it. So they're not going to be able to see what's going on the other side of the van if it's going down. Plus there's multiple doors, so they can take you from the side, they can take you from behind. And if you're in between your car and the van, they really don't have a good visual of what's going on this side either. So just in general, I would stay away from the van or any tall car. I mean, the worst case scenario is you sandwich yourself in between two cars and you're completely hidden on both sides of your car. So you want to be mindful how you park and who you put your car next to so that you can avoid being abducted, being kidnapped. Okay, so those are 7 tips on how to avoid being kidnapped or abducted while you're in and around your car. I hope you found today's video helpful. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe. It'll really help me out to know what kind of content to continue to produce for you going forward. And as always, I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch the video, and we hope to see you in the next one.